Hi and welcome to all new viewers and welcome back to returning viewers. This is the Curio Stitches podcast. My name's Elly and I'm the designer behind Curio Stitches designs, so knitwear, and the dye behind Curio Stitches yarns. I'm coming to you from Devon, which is in the southwest of England, and I talk about knitting designs, spinning, and then occasionally some crochet or cross stitch, whatever else I might be doing at the time. So I hope you enjoy this video. Press the like button, and if you want to keep watching my videos, then think about clicking the subscribe button down below. Right, let's get on with the show. So hello. It has been 3 months since I was last here on the YouTube. My hair is not behaving, sorry. Yeah, 3 months since I sat and actually recorded in front of a camera. It'll be 3 months and 2 days since my last video went live on here. A little catch up for you. So at the beginning of February I collapsed and was in hospital, and I'm still undergoing investigations. Still not 100% sure what happened, but my health is progressing at a slow pace, but I'm feeling well enough to record a little video for you today. I have a cup of tea in the cup that Abby got me the first Christmas we were together. Yeah, so today I have got some knitting, some embroidery, and some bead cross stitch, and a grouchy Navi. Do you want to come over here? You want to come say hello? No? Okay. He's not used to me recording anymore. Okay, so first things first, my hair. I 3 weeks ago took out all my dreadlocks. I'd been I started them about 6 months ago. If you remember, I had some banding to help with the separation while I was doing it. But after I collapsed, I was just not well enough to maintain them, and although Abby was very good at trying to help, it was just too much of a task for her to do all by herself, basically. So I spent about a week and a half combing them all out, doing a deep condition, and yesterday on a whim I decided to dye my hair. So it's a gradient. It goes from this lizard green down into the Enchanted forest green. My hair is mega thick. It is curly. I just blew dry it yesterday, so it's sort of wavy. So yeah. Right, so the first item I'm going to show you is the Corvus hat that I was designing. I'll put the title on the screen, and this is that beauty. So this has been test knit. It's been finished for a while. It was meant to have been published at the beginning of March, and I wasn't well enough to get my head into it. I know, Nolly. So the main colour is teal, and then there's silver for the colour work. The teal is the teal is this one. It's a baby llama, and I'll put the actual name on screen. And then the silver I used along with Anna in her Merino and her mohair silk blend held together for the colour work. There are 2 sizes. I'm just going to get Navi, hold on. Monday of May, so in just a couple of days' time. With regards to my designs, everything that I had planned for this year has sort of had to shunt along 2 or 3 months. I've just not been well enough to finish knitting the designs, and I didn't want that pressure on myself. And also it was I wasn't cognitively with it enough to answer any queries from test knitters or make any tweaks to patterns, etc. So everything just had to go on pause. Couldn't do anything about it. But now I'm sort of back. I'm not going to promise I'll be here every week, but I'm going to try my best. So the next thing I am knitting on is a pair of socks, just some vanilla socks. Now I cast these on to knit on a D&D night. I play on a Thursday. I did play on a Sunday as well, but I wasn't well enough to run, and now I'm well enough to run the sessions again. One of my players is unable to play for a while, so it's still on hiatus. But these are my D&D socks. They are covered in cat hair. So that is sock number 1. And then this is sock number 2. I will put the name on the screen of the yarn. So I knit from this marker in last night's session because we play on Thursday nights. So I did maybe 20, 25 rounds. It's just my short row heel vanilla sock, which is free on Ravelry and on my website, and linked down below. So it's Curio Stitches. I use 2.5mm needles, and I have 64 stitches. So over the last couple of months, I have found it decreasingly hard to knit. So the more I recover, the more I can knit. But the first sock, this one, took me a whole 2 months because I was only able to do a round or 2 each day. You're going to sit still? Oh, he's having a fidget. You want to say hello? Say hi. Out there. I was only able to do a round or 2 each day, so I'd get exhausted. And I have never known exhaustion like this. I have fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, and ME. I've sort of got all 3. Not to be confused with MS, completely different. But the level of exhaustion, it's a whole new thing. And well, yeah, it's been very hard. But I'm trying. So the last knitting object I want to show you this week is a jumper that I've started, and it's going to be a free pattern. I hope to have it out in May, because I'm knitting it for Abby's birthday, which is on the 29th of May. And I'm just bringing it out as a free pattern. I have based it on the Shadowwork sweater for Gauge. So yeah, it's just going to be free, and it will be a link on my Instagram to take you to either Ravelry or my website. It'll link you to either one, whichever one you can use via Instagram, so you don't need to worry if you can't use Ravelry. And then if you prefer to use Ravelry, you can use that link or my website, whatever. So the yarn I'm using is Willow and Lark Ramble in colour 137, and I'm using King Cole Merino DK in charcoal. So there we go, and it is just a top down stripy raglan. So this is where I'm at. Abby absolutely loves it. She'll be wearing it in the photos. Might take a couple of me wearing it as well, because we are different sizes. And it is a positive size jumper. There are 10 sizes, ranging from a 32-inch bust up to, I think it's 68 or 72-inch. I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, so it's just a stripy jumper on 3.5mm and 4.5mm needles. So there we go, squishy stripy jumper. Okay, so that's all the knitting for this week. Now I'm going to show you some embroidery now. So for Christmas, not just gone, the one before, my in-laws, Abby's parents, bought me this embroidery kit. So it's Ferns by Blair, and it comes with everything you need to make the kit, everything you need to make the picture even. So it's got the canvas, threads, needles, instructions, etc. So these are the instructions, and what I did, each of the colours, I used a bit of washi tape and I stuck them next to the chart key so I'd know which is which. And this is where I've got to so far. So the design is printed on using white, and I did the bottom leaf just to make sure I'd have the correct idea, and then I went back to the top and I've started going down. So here is it so far, and this has been very pleasant to work on. Yeah, so that is that. I do love doing embroidery and cross stitch and all that sort of stuff. If you can use thread, I'd like to do it, is my thing. However, I don't do tatting because I can crochet lace and knit lace, and well, that might be useful one day. It's just I'm okay. And although I can weave, I don't have a loom. So yeah. Anyway, so my last project is something that Abby bought me just before COVID hit for that Christmas. So this is a moon bead, paint by numbers or whatever you sew it. It was in the cross stitch section on Etsy, but it's actually beads, glass beads. So it's just the canvas and the beads. You don't get thread or anything else with it. So the beads are in just little numbered sachets. So what I did was I trimmed down the canvas and took the key off it, and I have my beads in this. It's just a paint palette that I use, which isn't even a paint palette, it's an old chocolate insert. So I just put a few in each one, so I've got them ready. But I have made a start. So this is it so far, well, at the beginning, should we say. So it is the moon, and I have started putting the beads on here. Now, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that. There you go. Yeah, yes, my needle's sticking out. And there are two ways that you can stitch it according to the instructions. Neither of which, having tried both, neither of which were visually appealing because you can see a lot of thread. So I'm doing it my own way, and I much prefer it. So yes. I have been working on quite a few other things, like my ranunculus. I pulled that back out to have a go, and some designs, but I think this is enough video for today. So thank you for joining me today, and look after yourselves, and I will look forward to showing you what else I've been up to next time. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.